This film surrounds and tackles ideas of suffocation and conformity, and I'm going to get past that and move on to a better life. I recommend you watch this film on its own before watching this video. It follows Robin Williams as a school teacher who used to be a student at a school he's now teaching at, and border school students who are in the same situation he's in currently. I suggest you watch the film on your own. Again, I really love this film. I love the cinematography, the filmic language, just everything about it is like really well made, really well paced, really well told, and I just really feel like it's worth watching on your own. Again, it's just amazing. I mean, like, cinematography on its own is fantastic. It's just a well-made, well-told film. I love it. If you've seen other Robin Williams films like this one, you probably know the direction and attitudes film's taking, and it's a very interesting way to present it, because essentially it's the staff and parents just not letting their kids grow and learn and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and become more well-rounded people from that. It just stomps out their ambition, their hopes, their desires for anything else, and says, no, this is what you're going to do. This is your life path. Deal with it. And it doesn't allow for any out of bounds, out of box kind of thinking. It just kind of stomps that immediately. It says, this is how we are doing things. This is tradition. This is structure. This is what you need to do. And essentially teaches in very assembly line fashion, but through the lens of border school kids, which I know can be hard to empathize with. But I feel like the film handles that in a very interesting and nuanced way, and I really just love the film for that. I feel like it's just fascinating how they presented this idea of just stomping out just any hopes and desires of the kids, and just any idea of them making mistakes. You can't make mistakes. That's not allowed. Essentially, it's doesn't let these kids really become people through that, because you become a better person and become you go into adulthood by making mistakes, learning from mistakes you made when you were a teen or a 5-year-old or whatever, and you learn from that mistake and you grow from it. But you can't if you're never allowed to, and that's what this school does. And that's what structures like it tend to do, and I think it's just fascinating. This environment actually puts down the wants and the needs of the kids, and actively puts forward this idea, this concept, where they can't face their parents or discuss how they actually feel. It's a double-edged sword in a way, where it feels good to be a part of something. It also puts in their mindset where they can't really discuss how they actually feel without making their parents upset, or making them feel like they're being disloyal, or not really following their parents set path. And that's not a good way to motivate or to teach your kids. It's not really helpful when you put these invisible handcuffs on them and make it impossible for them to be their own person and follow their own ideas and wants and beliefs. It just gets in the way of their own free-spirited nature, and it makes it impossible for them to actually be able to learn and to be able to grow as a person, as an individual. It's just harmful in every way, and it's a really retroactive, and it's really backwards mindset way of teaching kids and of helping them move on to the next stage in life. Ultimately, this story is about just kids trying to get out of the system of conformity, authority, and grow into their own. I think it's really well told and really well made, and I think it's fantastic. It's not really fantastical in any sense. It's not a rebel movie. It's not going to be a prison breaking out kind of story, but it's a really told, really grounded, well-made film. Think Rebel Without a Cause. Think Because of When Dixie, Breakfast Club, Little Miss Sunshine, movies like that, where it's just a really well-told, well-structured story, and I just think it's great. If you haven't seen it yet, I really heavily recommend it. I've seen it maybe 8-9 times now. I think it's really well conceived and really well realized script and film. And again, I think it's one of Robin Williams' best films, in my personal opinion. I recommend it heavily, and you should watch it. Go out, see it.